So, long story short, I did want to elaborate what happened that day. Um, I was at the dog park, and a good friend of mine, my best friend, my road dog, she had called me, but I had missed the call. I was spending time with my dog, so I came home and saw I missed the call, and I called her back and said, "Hey, I haven't heard from you in a while." And that's when she told me. I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And she was like, "Where is do you know where such and such is?" I was like, "No, I don't know where he is at the moment." I was like, "Why?" She was like, "I just saw him at Walmart with another girl." And I was like, "Excuse me?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, do you have a video or a photo?" She said, "Hell yeah, I do." So I'm like, "Okay, well, let me see it." So she sends it to me, and I'm like, "They're just getting food. They're not really doing anything." And in my head, I'm like, "That is his baby mama." I'm like, something ain't right. So I call him, of course. He does not answer, which never usually happens. He always answers when I call. I was like, yeah, something ain't right. So I get in my car and I drive to his apartment, and of course he's not there, and I'm knocking. Let's just let you know, this was an hour ago when she had called me to tell me that this has happened. So they have been hanging out together for a while. So long story short, he finally calls me back, and I'm like, "Hey, what you been up to?" Line number one. He goes, "Nothing." I said, "So you've been at home all day?" He goes, "Yep." I was like, already lying to me. I said, "Oh, okay. Well, where are you at right now?" He was like, "At the Watcheteria." I said, "I'm on my way." He said, I said, "Which one?" The one on Charlotte. I was like, "Yeah, I'm on my way." He was like, "Oh, I think my grandma calling. Let me call you back." And hangs up in my face. I said, "Oh, we really up to something we're not supposed to be doing." So all of a sudden, he's blowing my phone up, and I just don't know why. Something tells me not to answer. So I didn't want to answer till I saw him face to face in person. So I'm driving, and I get to the Washteria. I couldn't tell if this was his car because he had just got a new car, but there was a girl sitting in the car. And I was like, I'm not gonna get out yet. So I pulled my car on the side of the building, and I sat there for a little bit just to see. And I walk up to the front of the building where the girl can't see me, and I was talking to these ladies. I said, "Hey, have you seen this guy?" They were like, "Yes, he's been in here. He was in here with another girl, and they were washing clothes together. Even her panties dropped in the parking lot." I was like, "Well, damn, tell me everything." So then she finally gets out of the car, and I said, "Hey, do you know who this is?" She said, "Yes, that's such and such." She said, "That's my baby daddy." I was like, "Where is he at?" So then she's like, "Yeah, I don't." He goes, "He ran across the street to Walmart, and I don't know why. He just randomly ran across the street." I was like, And I was like, "Are y'all here together?" And she was like this the whole time, like this defensive pose. I said, "Sweetie, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not that type of female. I'm not going to put my hands on you. You did what you did, and you're going to make your bed and lay in it. And that ain't got nothing to do with me." So she's just sitting here staring at me like, "Damn, this is just crazy." So then she says, "No, we're not together. He's just here helping me wash clothes." You are a grown woman with two kids. You need help washing clothes? Are you kidding me? And I was like, the more to start, I said, "Regardless, it's okay. Just let him know I'm done with him." She was like, "Oh, okay, okay." So I get in my car, and he's calling me, calling me. I said, "What?" He was like, "Oh, I'm at this Walmart again. Just come over here." And I told him, I was like, "I thought you said you didn't go nowhere today." "Oh," I said, "Don't worry about it. You ain't got to lie to me again." I said, "Go ahead and check your phone." So he sees the video, goes, "We were only together for 10 minutes. He lied again. I said, "Are you sure? Y'all didn't go nowhere else together?" He goes, "Where else are we going to go?" I said, "Then why she's sitting in your car at the washateria where you said you just were? Don't worry, y'all wait." And he just kept lying over and over. Like he had his lies stacked up back to back. I said, "Is this how this man has been lying to me the whole time?" So he's just yelling and yelling, trying to make it. He goes, "That's why I didn't tell you. That's why I didn't tell you." I said, "Baby, you didn't tell me because you didn't want to get caught. You didn't tell me because you knew what you was doing was wrong. You didn't tell me because you knew I was going to chunk the deuce as soon as I found out." So he tried to make it seem like he's literally working his way in, trying to make it seem like it's my fault, blah, blah, blah. I hang up the phone. I said in my head, I was like, there is no need for closure. There's no need to continue this conversation. I said, "We're done." I said, "We're done," and I hung up, and I blocked him, and I have not heard from him. The moral of this story is that I feel like I handled it very well. I didn't act out of character. Not only that, when you're caught in a situation like this, which I've never had been before, you have a decision you make. The next move you make is the most important. Do you want closure? If so, you better be strong enough to walk away after that conversation. Do you actually want to sit down and forgive him for disrespecting you that much? Then that is your decision to accept that little flaw that he has and never mention it again. Do you want to completely delete him out of your life and never look back? If so, please do that and never look back and start working on yourself. Don't dive into another relationship. We all know I chose me.
So I've been driving for like Lyft and Uber and things like that for a while now, and I'm not going to specify exactly what company this was, but I was driving for a driving app, and I ended up picking this lady up from the airport. Definitely not uncommon to pick single women up from the airport. So, of course, when she got in the car, I asked her if she was here visiting or if she was just coming home. Now, when I picked her up, it told me that this ride had 2 stops. So, I didn't think anything of it, but the lady went on to tell me that she actually had never left. She had just had her husband drop her off at the airport probably about an hour before that. So I asked her, I was like, oh, well, did your flight get canceled? Like, what's going on? And she was just like, no, I never had any plan on leaving the city. I actually just wanted to catch him cheating in the act. She went on to tell me that she's been knowing about his mistress for like the past 3 months, and she wanted to literally, like I said, catch him in the act. At this point, I'm already halfway down the highway, and I'm like, oh, like, what am I getting myself into? Now, y'all know I'm a true crime fanatic, so I see how this stuff goes bad very quick. Especially when spouses get caught cheating and, marriages go bad, it could get pretty hectic. So at this point, I'm a little nervous about what could happen. So we pull up at the lady's house, and sure enough, there's another car in the driveway that she doesn't recognize. Now, originally, I would have just dropped this woman off and left, but like I said, she put it in as a stop, meaning that I literally had to sit there and wait for her and have her come back to my car and take her somewhere else. She had already made plans that she was going to go confront her husband, come back in, and then she made reservations at a hotel within a few miles of where she lives. So I'm out there waiting on her, and then all of a sudden I see him coming outside with just his boxers on, and then some girl wrapped in a towel, and the woman, the passenger that I was taking, she's out there screaming. She's threatening to beat this other girl. At this point, I don't know whether or not I should call the cops or not. Anyways, the man got upset, so he came over and got my driver's license number, and he started cussing me out like I had something to do with this. So the man comes over and he gets my license plate number, and he's screaming and cussing and telling me that I had no right to get in the middle of their business and da 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 da. So I didn't really have much to say to him. I felt like he was just upset that he had just got caught cheating, so he needed to take it out on somebody, and maybe I was that person. Long story short, the woman ends up getting back in the car, and I take her to her hotel room. She thanked me for taking her to do what she needed to do. At this point, I'm a little upset though, because she kind of put me in like an awkward situation. I am really glad that the situation did not really turn out violent as it could. I know in the last video, I said that I probably just would have dropped her and ran. In all reality, I probably wouldn't have, because at this point I was already invested in it, and I didn't want the lady to get hurt. So the guy wasn't really violent. He was just pissed off and talking shit. So anyways, he reports me to the driving company that I'm driving for, and they put me under investigation. His reasoning is that I shouldn't have brought his wife back to catch him cheating. Luckily, the wife stepped forward and she got in contact with the driving app, and she 100% took the blame for it and told them that it was not my fault. I was just doing my job, and that it was her husband's fault that she called him cheating, and it had nothing to do with me or the company I was working for. Therefore, the company sent me an apology, and she tipped me really good. But yeah, so that's my story time.